(866 AD). Her feng Athelred Athelbrichted brother to Wessex na Richa.
In this year, Ethelred, Ethelbrit's brother, succeeded to the kingdom of the West Saxons. And in the same year came a great heathen army to the land of the Angles, and took winter quarters among the East Angles, and were given horses there. And the East Angles made peace with them.
867 AD. Here for Sahara of East England over.
In this year, the army went from the East Angles over the mouth of the Humber to York in Northumbria.
870 AD. Here at Sahara of Mercia in East England.
In this year, the army rode over Mercia into East Anglia.
And they went Edmund König him with Fecht.
And in that winter, King Edmund fought against them.
Nas mi nefra jerwunelich, dat ich worte flames. Ach ich wolde swithor, sweltam, if ich dorter for minum aienum jarde.
The Danes left his body mutilated, and his head was thrown as far as possible among the dense thickets of brambles. The sacred body, still lying above the ground, was found with no difficulty in the very field where the king died. Then, a thing happened marvelous to relate. The head of the holy king, far removed from the body to which it belonged, broke into utterance. To this miracle was added another. A monstrous wolf was found in that place, embracing the holy head between its paws as it lay full length on the ground, acting as a guard to the martyr. They brought back the head to its body, while the wolf, which was the guardian and bearer of the relic, followed them. And so the king and martyr Edmund was pronounced to be a saint, and was translated, whole and entire, and wearing every semblance of life, to Bedrick's guard.
King Canute treated St Edmund in after times with more civility. He raised a basilica over the martyr's body, founded an establishment of monks, and endowed it with ample possessions.
In the time of Abbot Baldwin, Thustanus and Talinus, the sacristans, levelled the old wooden church, laid the foundations of our church, erected the walls, fully completed the presbytery, and procured the transfer of the blessed martyr.
Iste sanctus prolegete sui cetavit usque ad mortem.
In the time of Abbot Anselm, Rodulphus and Herveus built the Church of the Blessed Mary, with its bell tower, clear-sounding bells, and St. James's Tower.
Helias the sacristan restored the abbot's hall, the refectory, the dormitory, the infirmary for the sick, and the chapter house in full. He even commenced work on all the other workshops in the courtyard, which his successors happily completed. And he established the feast day for the saints' relics.
The abbacy being vacant, we made supplication unto the Lord and to the blessed Martyr Edmund that they would give us a fit pastor. And there were some who would not have been so earnest if they had known who was to become abbot.
See the abbot Samson. Here is the wolf of whom it was dreamed. See how he ravens.
The abbot inquired in each manner concerning annual rents, names of labourers, tenements, services due from each, debts, deficiencies.
He cleared land for ploughing, looking for benefit to accrue to the abbey, made parks stocked with beasts for the chase.
He wrote down all leets, suits, hidages, fodder corn, hen rents, expenses.
Look at the loans secured with the seal of William the Sacristan. He has pledged silk, silver, books ornamented with gold without the knowledge of the convent, all of which I have redeemed and restored to you.
In managing manors, he appointed keepers who were far more careful than their predecessors, wringing everything to his own profit. A general survey was made of debts and rents which had been concealed by the farmers. Within 4 years, there was not one who could defraud him to the value of a single penny. King John came to St Edmunds, and we thought that he would have made some great offering, but he offered a silk cloth, which his servants borrowed and had not yet paid for. He enjoyed the hospitality of St Edmund, which involved great expenses, and he gave nothing at all except 13 pence, which he paid for a mass for himself on the day he departed.
This abbot is a wrangler. If he goes on as he has begun, he will outwit us all.
Cursed be the court of this abbot.
August 1304. The abbot of St Edmunds is lord of the town and has the custody of the gates of the town, toll on goods coming into the town, custody of the lands, tenements and rents.
Evils began to multiply in the land. The communities of other towns rose up and rebelled against their lords. In 1327, John Francis, John Prentice, and other leading men of the town came together and conspired to destroy and depredate the abbey.
On the 15th of January, they made the toll house bell ring from morning until noon, and many of them gathered together and armed themselves, around 3,000, and laying siege to the abbey, they first broke the great gates.
They beat monks and many servants, abducted the prior, broke open the chests and carried off gold, silver, books, registers, charters.
They tried to devastate everything by fire and sword. They burnt the great gates of the abbey, the stable, the brew house, the cowshed,
The prior's study,
the pigsty,
the prior's stable,
the mill,
The chambers of the doorkeeper, stable keeper,
the bakehouse,
cellarer,
the
clerks,
hayloft, the
hospitaller,
hall, the
guest
granary,
master.
both
the Pope excommunicated all who plundered and burned the abbey.
This burning lasted many days.
St Lawrence,
Hospitaller,
the towers,
guest master.
the vineyard.
(1433), when Henry VI, in his royal estate, held at Bury his principal feast of Christmas.
Abbot Curtis made great preparations for the visit. The aldermen and burgesses of Bury, dressed in scarlet, accompanied by the town, met the king upon Newmarket Heath. The royal retinue extended a mile.
They brought the king within the precinct of the monastery by the south gate. Here he was received by the whole convent.
A procession was made to the high altar of the church. The king paid his devotions at St Edmund's shrine.
Sovereign Lord, pleased to your goodly heed and to your gracious royal magnificence, to take this treatise, which at when hope and read presented is to your high excellence. And for King Edmundus' notable reverence, both to his church defence and champion, because it is of your foundation.
He remained with the abbot till Epiphany.
When the time came for removing to London, the king and others of the nobility met in the chapter house of the monastery, where His Majesty was solemnly admitted into the fraternity of the place, receiving the usual kiss from the abbot.
I do utterly testify and declare in my conscience that the King's Highness is the only supreme governor of this realm, and all other His Highness's dominions and countries.
November 1535. I thought convenient to advertise you of our proceedings at the monastery of Bury. As touching the convent, we could get little or no reports among them. I firmly believe that they had made a pact before our coming that they should disclose nothing.
1538. We have been to St Edmundsbury, where we found a rich shrine which was very cumbrous to deface. We have taken in gold and silver 4,000 marks, a well and rich cross with emeralds, as also diverse stones of great value. We assure your lordship, the abbot and convent be very well contented with everything we have done there.
(1539). Have taken the surrender of the monastery of Bury and made an inventory. Have taken into their own custody, for the king, the plate and best ornaments, and sold the rest. They were not of such value as might have been expected. The lead and bells will be worth 4,500 marks. Beg to know whether to deface the church or other edifices of the house. Late monastery of Bury, 7th of November.